I was at the Bruins-Rangers game the other night. I'm not a fan of either team. I was there as a neutral third-party hater, but I'll never pass up the opportunity to go to a game at Madison Square Garden and really see anything there, because it is one of the historic arenas. And if you know, you know. If you've been there, you can feel it. You just think about everything that's happened there. And I'm not going to go through the whole list. It would take too long, but for my money, one of the most important and historic sporting events to ever happen in that Coliseum, the events of December 23rd, 1979, when the Boston Bruins went over the glass and Mike Milbury beat a Rangers fan's ass with his own shoe. You just couldn't do this today for a number of reasons, none the least because they raised the height of the glass after this to make it harder for the players to go into the stands and beat the shit out of fans. Now, the events are disputed between the fan who was beat and the players who did the beating, but the accepted narrative is that soon after the Bruins beat the Rangers 4-3 and the Rangers were leaving the ice, and some of the Bruins were too, a fan reached over the glass and hit a Bruins player in the head with a rolled-up program, cut his face, and as the player stuck his stick up to try to kind of fend him off, but no, he couldn't hit him. The fan just grabbed the stick and stole it and made off into the stands. Terry O'Reilly saw his teammate bleeding and he thought he had to strike back, went into the stands, and the rest is history. Mike Milbury wasn't actually on the ice as this happened. He was one of the first players in the locker along with goalie Jerry Cheevers. Cheevers did not go back out, but Mike Milbury went from the locker room in MSG to the stands, so clearly something transpired there. There's really so many incredible details. Go back and watch all the video, read the stories from the players yourselves, but one of my favorites is that Mike Milbury swears that his famous incident here is actually the least violent thing that occurred. It's just everyone was distracted by him being the highest on the steps. He claims that the players lower in the bowl were actually delivering a much fiercer beating. And you can even see Milbury hesitate with the shoe. He knew he was getting the face of this brutish sport. And yeah, it was on the front page of the New York Times the next day. But I think that this sort of thing is a little important. One of my hottest takes that these sort of events need to happen every few years because fans get a little too comfortable talking ridiculous trash to players. Things that cross the line from playful banter into like really offensive stuff. You see it, you see them throw things sometimes. I think we're long overdue. We haven't seen a real incident like this since the Malice at the Palace. This sort of thing keeps fans in check a little. They gotta know that they are not invincible, and if they cross a line, they might get beat with their own shoe.